Trevor represents something that is very different from Harden. Tessa starts to kind of be included in his own mind, unknowingly getting between Tessa and Harden in that way.
This now, she has come more of age and she's starting an internship and she's sort of moving on with her life. And the second film is really about their relationship.
I think it's one of those kind of like very emotional times. You've got to get out of it. Harden definitely runs towards it. I think it's bettered him. I think it's made him realise who he is and what he wants.
Hi guys, it's Andrea Barella from Italy for Fanpage.it. The first obvious thing about After 2 is the presence of a new entry, Dylan. This is why I would like to ask Josephine and Hero to tell me about your first impressions work with him. Politically correct is allowed, but not necessary.
I was lucky enough to have met Dylan briefly beforehand, so we did actually manage to get to know each other a bit before working on the movie. But I remember the first day we were both on set together. Dylan was doing a scene that's basically just him. There were a couple of lines that he could have changed out, and I think it was about 20 minutes of just him. It was just hilarious. Like every single take was just like felt like it had been written by like a stand-up comic and was just delivered. Like I really hope like the end credits is just that whole 20-minute running. I need to watch that again. It's hilarious. So yeah, instantly super impressed and excited.
Dylan, you're lucky. That's a positive review. And what about Josephine?
I think my first impression was, oh, you're stylish because you're wearing a shirt and jeans. And I think it was probably, I don't know.
I've never heard stylish before, so that's
I think the shirt was a tiny bit tucked in, intentional or not intentional. I was like, I think just, that he's a really focused actor and a very genuine person. And that's always so wonderful to get to work with that.
Oh, these were both very nice. I'm thankful.
Really nice people.
That's not bad. Okay, Dylan, you're the new character and probably the most different one from the original book. And you help to blow up Tessa's balance and unleash the crisis. Basically, you're the bad guy. Do you agree with that definition? How do you feel in that role?
I mean, I don't know necessarily about bad guy. I don't think anyone in this series is necessarily good or bad. I think there's a lot of moral gray matter in there. But he's certainly a complication to the dynamic, right? But I think that what Trevor thinks he is doing is good. And he represents something that is very different from Harden. He's, very work-minded. He's looking to better himself, to better his life, and become better for his friends and family. And I think at some point or another, Tessa starts to kind of be included in his own mind with that. And he's unknowingly getting between Tessa and Harden in that way.
Josephine, in the first chapter of the saga, Tessa is a girl who becomes a woman. What should we expect from her in the second movie?
I think you can expect a woman trying to figure out a relationship. Yeah, the first film is really about, for me, part of it's about growth and development and that coming of age story. And then this now, she has come more of age and she's starting an internship and she's sort of moving on with her life. And the second film, it's really about their relationship and everything that entails.
Hero, this is for you. At the beginning of the second book, Adin shows that the fear of losing Tessa has brought down all his certainties, showing him as a vulnerable boy. Has this evolution moved Adin away or closer to the person you are really in your life?
I don't know. I think it's one of those kind of like, very emotional times in his life, as it would be for anyone, and it's just one of those things where time, you got to get out of it. Whether you run towards or away from it, I guess, is depends on the person. Harden definitely runs towards it, so I think it's bettered him. I think it's made him realise who he is and what he wants.
Next question is for Dylan and Hero. From this movie, both of you inevitably come out as a sex symbols. Do you see yourself in this definition? Dylan?
I don't see myself in it at all. No, I'm flattered. I'm honoured. It's not what I set out to be, but if people, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm flattered. That's very kind of them to think so.
Okay.
I mean, I certainly see, I get it. Hero, you're a sexy guy. See, I don't see it with me at all. Like, I've always understood that even with my girlfriend in real life, Barbara, like, people are like, oh, if he can do it, anyone can do it. Like, I'm the common guy, like, people relate to, they're like, I give people hope. I don't think I'm much of a sex symbol.
I want to propose you a sort of synthesis exercise, okay? I didn't see After Two, and I need to convince my mother to come with me at cinema to see it. So you have 20 seconds for each one to convince my mother to come with me to the cinema.
It's a really family-friendly sort of film that you can watch with, any member of the family, your mum, your dad, your niece, your nephew, your grandma, your grandpa. 20 seconds? I can keep going. Your daughter. I really think you can just bring anyone you want to the film. And
okay, that's good advertising. Hero.
Dylan and Joe are in it. I'm done. I don't need 20 seconds. What more reason do you need?
Okay, Dylan, it's up to you.
Hey, mommy, this movie is hot, hot, hot. You want to go see this movie with me, your son?
Okay, no, sorry. You can call her Rosaria. Her name is Rosaria. So I know you're Italian. So can you repeat with Rosaria?
Hey, Rosalia, this movie is hot, hot, hot. Why don't we get some buttered popcorn with me, your son, and watch this movie about teen romance?
I think she's gonna appreciate. I come back to the keyword sex, because I think an inevitable aspect is that, judging from the trailer, there seems to be many more sex scenes in the movie than the previous. So did this make you uncomfortable? And I talk to all of you.
No, because I think, that stuff, it's really professional and it's super choreographed. And I think we're lucky that we've already worked together before, and it was a lot of the same crew. And so I think it was probably, if anything, easier doing it the second time around, just because we were so familiar with all the
Yeah. I think everything gets easier the more you do it. So everything the second time around was a lot easier. But I don't think it was ever really a challenge. We always went about it a straightforward, professional way, just like any other scene. So no, I don't think it is any different from any other scene, really.
I actually was kind of. Without spoilers, I didn't have obviously nearly as much as they did. Outside of all that, I think everyone on the set is very professional. And I think when you're doing it in a professional setting like that, it shouldn't ever be awkward.
Guys, last question. Your movie will be released in theaters after months of forced closure. Are you frightened by the idea that your work and the whole sector of cinema may change completely in the coming years due to COVID effect?
I think we're all very lucky to be where we are in the industry we are. And I think there's so many people who are struggling during this time. And
I mean, I think like TVs and home systems are getting better, which is the one other side to it. But it is definitely, sad that you won't have that go to the movies thing as much anymore. But yeah, it is what it is. I think so many industries are affected by it massively. We all just got, it's not the end of the world.
I think everyone, like Hiro said, everyone is kind of reeling from this. I don't think cinemas and movies are alone, obviously. I don't think that it'll necessarily hurt the viewership of the film, because everyone mostly watches from home anyway nowadays. That being said, there is obviously such an experience in the theaters, and I just hope for the best with film and cinema in general to recover from this. I think that it will. It's kind of a timeless thing, and I'm optimistic.